Experts sitting with me and we're talking about LED. Get educated, get educated. How does that light shine so bright? Get educated. Experts sitting with me and we're talking about LED. Get educated, get educated.
Tell us what is the M series? What's different? What's unique? What's new?
We were trying to figure out, how do we get a very versatile product to market? All right. How do we get something that somebody can use in a variety of places and it's not as complex for them? And also a big driver was service, because so many people want different performance features. How do we do it so that not every time you want something different, you're looking at, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, an Asia lead time or something to get it. Yeah. So as we wrestled with all that, if you simplify outdoor lighting, you're going, okay, you've got things on walls and on poles and on the ground, you've got flood area, wall type products going on. They're really the same thing. It's just you need different lenses in different areas, and you need mechanically some different mountings.
Right.
So we ended up with a modular idea, and we said, let's put pieces together. Now, that's going to bring you some advantages, but I do want to clarify one thing. It's not modular at the customer's level. So this isn't something where the customer can put Legos together on their own.
I was going to ask you that, if it was like snap in different optics or snap in a different whatever.
No, that's kind of the golden vision a lot of people have. There are actually some disadvantages to that as well. And MaxLite has a history of being innovative. If you know anything about the Quadramax series, they actually took what everybody talked about. Wow, LEDs, you're going to be able to slide pieces together and do that. And they actually did something with it, right?
Yeah.
There are some big challenges and some cost points that
there's always going to be a compromise. You're going to either compromise price or you're going to compromise performance at some point when you're trying to become that versatile.
You nailed it. And so what you want to do is find that sweet spot, so the design is modular, but it's modular at the manufacturer's level. So what we're telling people is like, look, we've got a tremendous range of wattages. We're talking about 9 different wattages that cover you from 40 watts up to 320 watts. And what we'll do is we'll tell you what our base units are. Here's what we bring in ready to go. And we try to guess and speculate, and through experience, et cetera, which are the most common, so that hopefully we get that right. But then we say, here's some other parts and pieces, and within 2 weeks or less, we should be able to swap things around. If you need different lenses, need different mountings, we can do that. So the series has a singular head design, and there are 4 sizes. And that design came from the Impulse, which, by the way, also had 2 PO award-winning designs. Yeah. So when we did VOC, because these things are seen exterior, architectural significance, you gotta have something that looks nice. So we said, all right, we're not going to change the form factor. People like it. It's won awards. Why fix something that isn't broken, right?
Yeah. Plus, there's only so much you can do to the look of an exterior fixture like that, right? Yeah.
Right. So we've got 4 housings, and then what we did is about 6 different mountings. So you've got a standard arm mount. You've got tiltable arm.
The slip fitter.
Thank you. You got a slip fitter. Then you've got a trunnion for type applications, and then you've got 2 kinds of wall mounts. You got just a standard fixed one, and then you've got a tiltable, adjustable one. So right there alone, you've got a lot of options. And then within the mountings, we listen to contractor level feedback, a lot of ESCO feedback, back to that concept of ease of doing business, right? Yeah. So a lot of people complained about having to drill holes and match all that stuff up. So we have all slot patterns on our arms. so that if your existing drill hole patterns are within the slots, you shouldn't have to drill any holes.
Nice.
And then we had the other situation on the slip fitter, with Leslie, which you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then, I mean, most of the time it's 2 3/8 inch outside diameter. That's industry common, right? But there are some 3-inch, right?
Yes.
And what happens? You find this out at 4:30 on a Friday on a 3-day weekend when a guy's up on a bucket truck, right?
Yes.
This thing won't fit. Now what do you do, right?
Right.
I've done that.
Those are always fun.
Yeah.
Because it's always our fault too.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, so I kind of had enough of those calls. So I said, you know what? What if we did a 3-inch and it works on 2 3/8 inch? You know, how about?
So what's it got a sleeve in it or something?
No, it's just the set screws are bigger and longer.
Oh,
And
I
the die
see.
cast part, the
literally
die
all
cast
you
part, right?
needed. Yeah,
And
that's
so-
all you needed.
And so these are the little things that we tried to, from all of our experience, I've been around for a while. I use a lot of VOC help, I should say, voice of the customer. We believe very much in talking to the people that actually use it and do it. The same kind of concept was done for the lenses. Traditionally, MaxLite has been pretty basic. They'll have type 3, type 4, and type 5, pretty simple, straightforward, good, efficient stuff. Maybe some wide, maybe some narrow. But we're like, we need to step it up and we need to offer, a little bit more, like some of the bigger boys, right? And so we came up with 7 lenses. And so that's more than what we typically have. Maybe not as extensive as a Phillips or somebody like that, but we're definitely giving you some more choices, right?
What types of controls would you want to put on outdoor fixtures?
That's a great question. And this product line, because its focus is versatility, it gives you a lot of choices. So out of the box, the first thing straight up is going to be your most common stuff. Let's say you want an on-off basic photocell. Let's say you want a basic motion sensor that you can program, right? With that USB port, you can use our CMAX basic controls, which he talked about. Okay. So you would buy the fixture and then you go to a different menu and you'd say, I want just basic controls. I don't need something too snazzy. You got 2 choices in this case, and you buy that module and you go out there and you pop it in and you lock it down and you're good to go. And by the way, if you change your mind, you take it off, you go buy another one, no problem, right?
Yeah.
So then also people are wanting real basic network functions, right? We're not talking, it doesn't have to talk to your internet. It doesn't have to tell you, what's going, the weather and the news and all that stuff. If you just want to group them, or schedule them, have them talk to each other. Hey, I want this one to have a sensor, but talk to 3 or 4 or 5 others. Again, that's our network controls. You would go to that menu of the network controls and you would pick, which one you want, and you can go and install it. And then you program, in that case, you program it with your phone app and you're good to go. And the cool thing, back to my statement about how the indoor and the outdoor work together, people were saying when they come to school, sometimes they only want the first interior part where the light switches are in the offices and the outside safety security coming in. So because the system is all the same, you can schedule and group that together so that indoor and outdoor are in the same group, in the same setting. So that's how the product's wired. And as CMAX grows, your capabilities grow and you don't have to change your fixture.